This is Group 5, Role Play 5. So, um, well, John, your physician asked me to step in and visit with you for a while. He said he had some concerns regarding some feelings you might be having and thoughts as well. Can you kind of tell me about them if you're comfortable?
I figured this was going to happen because he kept plugging me with all these questions about my personal life, and I'm sure that's what you're going to do here, so what do you want to know?
Well, I guess the concern was of your safety, and if you don't want to talk about your personal life, we don't have to talk about it. Um, I'm just here to kind of assess your safety and see if there's any ways that we can help you feeling safer from yourself or from others.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, I'm not safe. Yeah, I'm fine.
You're fine?
Yep.
Okay. So then can you tell me what was discussed that maybe made your physician think otherwise?
I don't know. I mean, I think that's their job is just to like dig into your personal life. So
Okay.
he was just doing his job, and yeah, I gave him what he wanted to know. So.
And what did he want to know?
And he just, like wanted to know how I was dealing with, the death of my father
Okay.
and all that stuff. And I mean, everyone deals with it differently, and I deal with it on my own.
Yeah, and I could imagine that it's a difficult situation to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay. So was his death sudden, or did it come unexpectedly, or?
Uh, it was a car accident.
A car accident. So nothing anyone was expecting, like an illness or anything.
Yeah. What do you want to know? I mean, like, I don't understand why I'm here if I can just deal with this on my own.
And how would you deal with it on your own?
Like, it's just between God and myself and, my dad. Like, I can deal with it that way. I don't need to have, share my feelings and everything. I have my feelings with God, so this makes no sense to me.
Okay. Well, I can see where it'd be confusing coming in to see your doctor and then got asked to see a counselor, and you have every right to feel confused and upset.
But yeah, I'm sure that he's concerned and everything for my safety and all that stuff, but like, I don't know. I think I can deal with this on my own.
Okay, and by dealing with this on your own, are you talking about suicide?
Like, that's just between God and me, I don't know why you need to know about that.
Well, since you're unable to confirm a yes or a no, it does raise concerns of your safety.
I just don't know what to do, like, I just, I've been through some hard times before, and, time heals it, and this one, I don't think time is just going to heal.
Can you tell me how long ago the accident was?
Last.
So a week, and you're not feeling any better about it. I'm assuming you're possibly feeling worse.
Yeah, why would I feel better? That's kind of a stupid question.
Yeah. By asking that, I was you weren't finding any closure yet.
I don't think I'm ever going to find closure with this one. Like, it's my father, like, he was my best friend, like, everything, like, that's the whole point, is like, why even live anymore, because that's the only reason why I did live,
Do you have any kids of your own, John?
No.
Okay. Do you have a wife or a significant other?
No. It was just Dad and I. Mom passed away 4 or 5 years ago, and so it's just me now, and that's the whole point. It's like, why live, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, it's stupid talk, but
Have you ever felt like this before? Like when your mom passed?
no, because I had Dad around.
Okay, so Dad made you feel better and you guys had each other for support?
Exactly.
Okay, and then now you feel alone without any support?
Yeah, I mean, there's just nobody else. Like, why? I mean, yeah. Like, all I have right now is God.
Okay. So you have a strong faith?
Yeah.
Do you attend a church?
It definitely gets tested when, someone you love just gets taken away from you.
Mm-hmm. Do you attend a church, John?
Uh, Not really.
Okay.
We
You
just,
don't have a congregation member or a pastor you could visit with?
no, I mean, that's just something that we practiced at home, was out of the Bible, and
Mm-hmm.
Dad and I, Mom, we'd read the scriptures every Sunday, and out at the ranch, it's just too far to drive to town to go to church. Of course, when we were in town on a Sunday, we would go, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
a
Well,
part of me just feels like, you know, everything, like, it's just pointless to even be here, like, I
mm-hmm.
mean, I don't know. I just don't understand what the point of being here is. It'd be different if I had friends or more family, but there is none, so what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, put yourself in my shoes. What would you do? I mean, like, it sucks.
I would agree with you. You're in a very difficult situation, and from what you explained, you feel alone. You don't have anyone to turn to right now other than your God.
Yep.
Okay. How do you feel your father would have handled the situation if it would have been you instead of him that got in the accident?
I'm sure it would have wrecked him, I mean, like, that, I think we were, like I said, we were best friends, so I don't know what he would have done. I'm sure he would have been miserable, and I wouldn't want him to be miserable, so I'd understand if, he did the same thing, but I, I mean, of course I'd want him to live, because it's not that bad here, but I'd understand if he wanted to join us.
But you'd want him to live, even though you'd understand if he was in the same shoes you were in right now.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Well, if suicide is what you're completely kind of set on right now, I'm not within rights to let you leave. So I think it's best if we either kind of talk some more and develop a plan of safety, or we can talk with your physician regarding other ways of assessing your safety and helping you feel better.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's constantly I'm running around, trying to find a way to kill myself. It's just that, of course, there's times when it gets tough and I miss them, and it's pointless to be here. And then there's times where it's okay. But I mean, as long as I keep my mind busy or something to do, but it's hard when you live on a ranch and everything that you do or everywhere you go reminds you of him, and there's no one else around. I mean, of course you're gonna think those things. So.
So then have you identified a plan? If you were to commit suicide, have you developed of how you would?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's easy out on a ranch. I mean, you can fake it with a, you know, accident with the machinery, or just go out back with the shotgun, you know? I mean, it's not that hard.
Okay, and do you own a gun?
Of course I do. What are you going to do? Take my guns away now? And then I'll still find another way. Like, I know that's exactly what you and the physician are trying to do, is find every way to keep me from doing it, but that's not going to stop me if I choose to.
No, I can't make those choices for you. And I can't take away your rights to own a gun. So you said that you are not thinking about it all the time. It's thoughts that you do have when you can't keep your mind busy. So is there any part of you that feels it's important to stay here, to remain living?
Well, yeah, I mean, I do have it pretty good. You know, I love living out there, and I love, with the animals and being on my own and being able to, I don't know, just enjoy what God's given me here on earth.
Okay. So can I ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not important at all and 10 being important, how important is it to you to remain alive?
Like this, that's what's tough, is that it's always just like, which situation. Like right now, I could give a 5 or a 6, but like when I'm like busy working on the ranch and stuff, then I'm a 10. I would, I love what I'm doing. But then when in the evening, when I go to the house to clean up and eat dinner and all that stuff, like, I feel like a 1 or 2, because I'm constantly reminded, and like the silence and everything, just, it gets to you, and I'm hoping with time that that'll go away, but right now it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah. So a 5 or a 6 right now, and a 10 you said when you're farming because you enjoy what you do, or ranching because you enjoy what you do. So let's look at right now that 5 or a 6. What reasons give you a 5 or a 6 and not a 1 or a 2?
Oh, I'd say just because right now I'm busy, but I don't know, I just feel like giving up at points, like it's a lot of work to keep trying.
Mm-hmm. It is life stuff. I agree with you. So you're busy right now, so that increases your number of being busy. Is there any other reasons that might bump up your number from a 1 or a 2 to a 5 or a 6?
Having them back, obviously, but I don't know, just having someone, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So from what it sounds like, it's mainly just having something to do. When you're busy and you're doing something and you're being productive, the thoughts aren't as severe as when you're by yourself at home just sitting or getting ready for bed or eating supper.
It makes it better, that's for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Can you think of any other reasons why you're at a 5 and a 6 instead of a 1 or a 2?
Just staying busy, I guess. That's about it.
Okay. Sounds like a good reason. So what do you have to keep you company out at the ranch?
Sounds stupid, but just my old dog, you know.
That's good. Animals are great companions.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be the next one to go.
As in the course of life, yeah. Do you think you'll end up getting another dog eventually?
I don't know if I want to train another one, but yeah, I'm sure. That's what sucks. That you get another dog, you can't get another dad or another mom, you know.
I agree. So do you think that me and you could create a contract together, stating that I can follow up with you in the next 24 hours, and you will still be alive? And if something were to happen, such as another suicidal thought, that we create a plan of action or a crisis plan of steps that we can take together to ensure your safety.
Yeah, I can deal with that.
Okay. Well,
You know, I mean, the way I figure is if stuff doesn't get better within the next, I don't know. I just stuff's got to get better. If it doesn't, then that's probably when I'll take my life. But you know, I'm not going to right now. But if it doesn't get better over time, then what's the point? The way I look at it.
okay. Well, it sounds like you're giving yourself time.
Well, that's what it took when Mom passed away. You know, after a while, it got a little bit better. Luckily, I had Dad there, but this time with both of them gone, it's I don't know that it's going to be as easy. You know, and that's probably why you and the doc are on my ass about this. But I don't think you guys realize that it's not that easy. And it's, you know, both of them are gone now, and there's no one else to help you. So, you know, the way I look at it is keep right with the Lord, and hopefully after some time goes by that it'll get better. But if it doesn't, then yeah, I don't see why not.
Well, I enjoy hearing your future thinking. You're sharing hopes for the future and the insight to how you got through your mom's death and maybe ways you can help yourself through your dad's death as well.
Yep.
So, I am going to write down that me and you are going to follow up in 24 hours. So by tomorrow at this time, we'll have a discussion either here or on the phone. And that we're just going to keep taking it day by day. If a crisis were to occur, and that being a suicidal thought or a plan of action for suicide, what's the first step you want to take to ensuring your safety?
I don't know. The way I've been handling it right now is just whenever I feel that way, I pray to God that what to do. You know.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of the way that I handle it, and that's the way I've handled it this past week, you know. Obviously, at first, I just wanted to give up completely, but I don't know.
So then we're going to start with praying. And then what's your next step you're going to want to take if you feel like nothing's getting better?
Well, hell, I don't know. That's what I'm saying, is that you just gotta, like, give it time, and if it doesn't get better, then you take care of it. You know, that's just time heals it. That's what you're not getting.
I understand what you're saying. We're just trying to develop a crisis plan for in the next 24 hours if something were to happen, if you were to feel worse, or if you were to have suicidal thoughts. What are you going to do to make sure you're still here 24 hours from now? So you said that your first step is if you get it, you'll pray, and I just want to make sure that me and you get connected somehow. if a crisis were to happen.
Here's the deal. To get you and the doc off my ass, for the next 24 hours, I promise you that I'm not going to do anything. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna even think that or do that. If you get off my ass about it and think about what I'm saying here, that I need time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna sit here and go with this mumbo jumbo of, let's have a goal and what are some plans and all that crap. When I say that I'm not gonna do it, I'm a man of my word and I'm not gonna do it.
And you'll be willing to sign a document stating that.
Guaranteed. I'm a man of my word. A handshake.
If something were to happen, you'd be willing to call?
I don't need to call. I'm giving you a promise.
Okay. Would it be a promise you'd be willing to make again tomorrow?
Look, I told you I would give you the 24 hours. What do you want, a week and then a month and then a year and all that stuff? Like, how long is this going to go on for? I just need time. I just need someone to talk to, and I need time, all right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I will agree to doing the 24 hours, and then we'll talk again and we'll meet again. And given the situation, I'm going to request that we meet here at the office.
I can do that.
Okay. So I will see you tomorrow after you sign this piece of paper. That we have both signed a date as well as your physician. And if we do not see you tomorrow, we will call a welfare check just to make sure you're doing okay. But as you said that you are a man of your word and you will be here, right?
That's a guarantee.
Okay. And if something changes tomorrow, we'll address that tomorrow.
All right. I can do that.
Well, thank you for taking the time to visit with me.
Thank you.
Okay. Take care.
Bye.
Okay. That is a difficult one to deal with the suicidal ideation, and Sam handled it pretty good. She was calm and collective and kept asking him or offering him or making sure he was going to be safe, which is the most important thing when we deal with those kind of clients when they are thinking about taking their lives. You went through the steps of asking them about what his level of suicidal thoughts was at different times during the day, and that was good because he was able to identify when his strongest feelings were there and when his feelings weren't so strong and thinking about taking his life. So being able to identify with those factors was good with him, Sam. And setting the plan, I kind of felt a little leery about him yet, letting him go with the attitude he had about he had no support system. He had a gun. He could have did any kind of accident out on the farm. He was really isolated.
He was very isolated.
But I think you did a good job, though.
Well, maybe I should have been
so you did a good job, and
maybe since I shouldn't have been so ornery since you're going next, but I felt like I was really throwing you some curveballs there. It goes back to being, the multicultural counselor too. We think of race and gender and all that stuff, but I think from a small ranching community, I think you kind of picked up on that, Smith, as that a man of their word, and it's definitely a unique scenario that I threw at you because he is the only person left. Usually there's some kind of support system, and his only support system was God and the animals or whatever. So that's a tough one. I didn't want to get too ornery with you, but I thought you handled it very well, very well. I think you could have worked the whole man of my word, and giving me some open questions to answer, you know. Because there's a few times I became a little defensive. Could you pick up on that?
Yeah, you got pretty guarded and aggressive.
Yeah, but there was also times where you'd ask me a few questions. Next thing you know, I'm like, crap, I opened up to her. Like, I don't know if you noticed the flow of it, but I could tell where I was like trying to stay guarded, trying to stay guarded. Next thing you know, I'm like spilling my guts. Damn it, no. This woman isn't gonna, open me up, and then I go back to the guard, open up. So you did get a good job of getting me to open up several times. So.
I did pick up, like, you'd be, like, digging, and then all of a sudden you'd, like, pack it all back in and sit on top of your hole and say, no, you're not going to hear it. But, like, you brought up, like, you kept saying, well, I'm hoping, and I know all I need is time. Like, you had future talk and future thinking. You said hoping, even though you began saying that you're hopeless. And then you showed insight into past and how you dealt with your mother's death, and then having the support of the dog, and yet saying that you couldn't replace your mom or your dad, but at least you had your dog, and if it came to it, you could replace your dog.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of some unreal ranchers from where I grew up, that would be going through this and trying to give you that situation. But I think you handled it really well. Maybe just some few, I don't know how you'd handle that. I think you did a great job. I'm trying to think of ways to get that person to open up, and maybe some, I don't know, that's tough.
The setting probably wouldn't be therapeutic to someone in that situation, being in a doctor's office, visiting with their physician, who I would just assume is a male, and then having, like you said, to get this woman off your back.
Right, and I think that when I mentioned multicultural, it's like, you city folk want to talk about feelings and crap, and I'm a hard-ass rancher that, I deal with my thoughts with God, and that's it, and I'm not going to sit here and do this. So, and that is the thought process for a lot of, rural American males, I guess we could throw there, lumped into. So understanding that culture, or that way of life, is definitely helpful, I guess. And maybe that's something that you could dive into, or explain to me how you would deal with things out at the ranch. How do you elaborate more? Why, when you say your dog, and just use the dog thing a little bit more, than just wanting someone to talk, to listen to them, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I thought you did a really good job for me throwing on, because I could tell I was being ornery there, and you kept chugging along, so nice job.